Elsie, and today we'll be making a basic pizza dough. The ingredients you will need are 6 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, 3 tablespoons of oil, a 1/4 cup of sugar, 3 teaspoons of yeast, and 2.5 cups of warm water. You want to combine these really well, and then you're going to set it aside until you see very little bubbles on the top. So now I'm going to sprinkle my salt onto my flour, and then I will stir it until it's fully incorporated. It's been 15 minutes and my yeast has activated with little bubbles on the top. If your yeast doesn't activate, that means it won't have any bubbles on the top. Just throw it away and start with fresh yeast. So now I'm going to pour my yeast and water mixture into my stand mixer. So now I'm going to add half of my flour into my stand mixer bowl. Now I'm going to add it onto my stand mixer. And let it go on low speed. If it looks a little lumpy, then you can use a whisk to mix it up till it's smoother. I did get a stool because I'm a little too short, but now I'm going to add half of this flour in to my bowl. And give it another whisk so that it's smoother, because I don't want big lumps in my dough. So this is a little lumpy, but that's okay. And now I'm going to add it back to the stand mixer. So I'm going to add it back to the stand mixer to mix a little bit. And then I'll drizzle my oil in. It's on medium speed. I'm going to do this for 2 minutes, and then I'll drizzle my oil in. So my stand mixer has been going for 2 minutes. I'm going to shut it off, scrape down the sides, and then I'll add my oil. I'm going to add in my oil now. And let it run until the oil is fully incorporated. I'm going to turn off my stand mixer and add the rest of my flour in. So I'm going to add my flour in. All of it. I'm going to turn my stand mixer on and then let it run on low speed because it might poof. And you want this dough to be wetter than you think, because when it rises, it will be less sticky. You'll know it's ready when it starts not sticking to the bowl and clinging on to the paddle. So my dough has been mixing, so now I'm going to take it out and form it into a ball. I've scraped all of the dough into my bowl, so now I'm going to bring it over. So I've oiled my surface, and now I'm going to scrape this dough out onto my pastry mat. So I'm gonna oil my hands because this dough is very sticky. And then I'm going to knead it for a little bit, only 2 minutes. As you can see, the dough is very soft and I'm not sticking because I oiled my hands and the surface. When you're ready, put it into a ball and then place it into your bowl. And you want the oil to coat the ball evenly, so you're gonna have to go under it and flip it over. And you can press it down a little bit, it'll grow back up though. Okay, I'm gonna let this rest for about an hour and then I will roll it out and add my toppings. My dough has been resting for an hour, so as you can see, it's doubled. So now I'm going to put my towel aside and flip it out. It's super airy. That's cool. Okay. So now I'm going to cut it up into equal pieces. They don't have to be super equal, but try to. I'm gonna cut this into 12 pieces to get 12 mini pizzas. But if you want larger pizzas, you could cut them into less pieces. So, go. And now I'm just gonna do this to all of my quarters. I have 12 dough balls, but they're really uneven, so I might have to work on that. But I'm going to coat each of them in oil and then put them into my bowl so that they don't stick together. So these are all oiled, so now I'm gonna put them into my bowl and they shouldn't stick together. I'm adding them upside down because the most oil is on the top. I don't want them sticking together. I want to wash my hands. So now I'm going to roll it out, but first I'm just going to use my fingers because those are easiest in the beginning. I'm going to roll mine out to a rectangle shape, but you can roll it out any shape you want. So now I'm going to add my flatbread to the pan. No, I gotta reset it. I'm getting my flatbread ready for the next stage, which is adding the toppings on. I've made my pizza and now I'm cooking it on the stove. I'm gonna have to put a lid on it to make sure the cheese melts. So now it's just gonna cook. I've made my cheese, sausage, and mushroom pizza, and it is still cooking. We just finished this pizza, and it's a kimchi cheese grilled onion pizza.